can't see you.
You can't see me? Here, switch sides. You see the audio bars going? Like the red spikes? Start the video off with a kitty kiss. Starring Riley today. Alright, you guys, today we're going to be hitting arms. So today's Thursday, we're hitting arms. Towards the end of my week, I always make sure I hit chest on Mondays, legs on Tuesdays, and then basically after that, I try to get in back, arms, and shoulders in any order before the weekend. And then the weekend is either a full upper body day on just one day and then a rest day, or back and chest on one day and then arms and shoulders on the other. So that's kind of the workout split right now. I do 7 days a week, most weeks. Sometimes I take a rest, like every other week I'll take that rest and do the full upper body day on like Saturday or Sunday. But today is arms, and we're starting off the video with this Alani, which is frozen. It's like, how cold has it been?
Like in the negatives.
Yeah, so it's been in the negatives, and this was out in Avery's garage. And I don't know what has happened. Obviously it expanded, so we're going to crack it open and see if we can't enjoy it. I don't think it's going to work. It worked. That's insane. All right, taste test. Bro, I know why you wanted that one.
Yeah.
It's good. Do you want this? I can go get another one. Here. All right, so we're going to go hit arms. We're going to start with triceps. And we're going to go back and forth. I've started to realize to kind of maintain that crazy arm pump, I need to start going back and forth. So we're going to start with triceps, maybe 1 or 2 sets or 1 or 2 movements of just strictly triceps, and then we'll start supersetting back and forth between a tricep and a bicep. For triceps, it's usually, I really only focus on hitting a movement that stretches the arm. Oh my gosh. Avery just spilt that drink I gave her all over her lap.
Okay, well, I can't balance it on the thing. That's what happened.
All right, so back to the video. We'll start with triceps. I usually, for triceps, I've been getting kind of carried away because I haven't been able to figure out something that really feels good. So we're just going to try to find a movement that feels really good in the contraction portion. So probably like some kind of rope extension or cable extension, and then some kind of movement that feels really good in the stretch portion. So those are the only 2 requirements for triceps. Biceps aren't really crazy. Everything feels really good for biceps. I might, get specific in regards to like doing some like reverse grip stuff or like hammer grip sort of deals just to kind of hit the outside, the brachialis to get that width. But triceps is where it gets complicated, but biceps are pretty easy. So hold me accountable in the comments. If you start seeing me doing a bunch of exercises, a bunch of movements, a bunch of junk volume, let me know, because I get carried away, especially if there's like machines that I was planning on doing and then they're not available. I do something else that doesn't feel really good, and then I come back to what I was going to do. Craziness. So let's just go hit a crazy arm workout. That's really it. Can't believe you spilled that again. It's too zoomed in. I'm going to turn the stove on with my butt. Whoa, see what it just did there? Like zoomed in. How much to drink that? Take a sip. If you take a sip of that, I'll give you $30. Really? Will you give me money? Because I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it for free. I'll do that for a freaking white monster.
There's so much of this left and we spilled it twice.
Because it's slushy. Okay, so as you saw, starting on the tricep extensions with the rope, I think the issue with my triceps, one, we're doing too many things, but also, I feel like I have a bunch of movements that I have deemed like important to hit. So then I end up hitting all of them on that tricep day or on that arm day. And before I know it, I'm doing like 6 different movements for tricep, which is fine. You know, I'm targeting all the areas, but the pump is kind of going away. Instead of just picking like 1 or 2 things each workout, each arm day for triceps and just sticking with those, getting a gnarly burn on those, you know, I'm kind of just doing too much in one workout. So like today, I think I just need to pick 1 or 2 things, like a good contraction, a good squeeze, and then just burn out as much as I can on there. And then like, you know, I really like the cable crossovers because they help you get like the full stretch out of that, or full contraction out of that long head. But like I can hit that on my other arm day instead of thinking that I have to hit it on both days. You know, I start thinking I have to do all of these, you know, like I gotta hit dips, I gotta hit an extension, I gotta hit the crossovers, I gotta hit, you know, maybe something overhead, and before I know it, I'm just doing way too much. So I need to just break it up. So that's what we're gonna do. Now doing rope extensions overhead. I really like this rope. It's really, I don't know, it's not like a traditional rope, right? With the like kind of nubs at the end. It's really loose and also has the loops. You can put your hands in there. It's not too rough on the hands either, so that's nice. But basically going overhead like this, and once I get tired, I'm actually locking my fingers together and going more, almost like, kind of when you bring your hands together, it's almost like doing a single dumbbell behind the head sort of deal. One of my issues on these is I tend to, you know, get all the way up but not get a crazy squeeze at the top. So I need to really focus on whether I'm squeezing out here or I'm squeezing like up here. I need to focus on getting that gnarly squeeze. I'm moving on to biceps now. Now, I'm not too worried. I said I was going to do those supersets, but since we went ahead and just simplified the triceps up, I didn't really need to superset back and forth. So 8 sets of extensions, 8 sets of the overhead, tricep or rope. And that's really it. What's cool is next week I'll basically do the same thing, 8 and 8 of like 2 different exercises, and then I'll probably just switch up. Instead of doing the rope extensions, probably just do, you know, a single arm extension where I can really lock out. But besides that, I'm liking how the pump's feeling. So biceps now, we're gonna do a preacher curl, maybe a reverse curl. There's actually another preacher curl machine back there that I might hop on after a couple sets of this.
you, man. See you.
That's what it's about. Meeting new guys, meeting guys like Kyle. Heck, maybe me and Kyle will get a lift later sometime. I love doing that though, meeting new people and just, you know, seeing them day in and day out. And then after a while, like you hit a lift together, you know, it's like, I don't know. It's fun. It's fun to know that other people are in here grinding and then you meet them. Another cool thing is when you think that someone is kind of like, I'm not saying Kyle is like that, but when you initially think like, oh, this guy's probably a jerk, he just kind of has that standoffish vibe, and then you actually meet him like, oh, this guy's actually dope. I always think that's probably what people think of me. They probably think I'm mean or something, and then they meet me and hopefully I'm, you know, nicer than I look. Reverse grip now. On these, spread my hands a little wide, and I'm thinking about almost curling from the outside of my bicep, right? Because that's what we're trying to hit, is that brachialis out there. So I'm thinking about almost bringing my forearm up into my side delt, really contracting hard up and like that. So these you kind of have to mess around with. Some people like the kind of neutral grip, some people like the flat grip. It's really a lot of preference, but we'll do 8 sets on here, and then post down and get on out. All right, you guys go ahead and pose down. Let me adjust this.